Hello, fellow collectors, and welcome to Stinger Diecast. I want to start off today by saying thank you to all of my recent subscribers. I've picked up quite a few in the last couple of weeks, and I really appreciate that because it's no fun to make videos that nobody watches. So you're a very important element to keeping me making these videos. So again, thank you. I also wanted to do a little quick teaser on my upcoming weekly video and new acquisitions. So we've got a nice little pile of stuff here from a whole bunch of different brands that I'll be showing in the video that should go up sometime on Saturday. Got some brand new hot off the presses Johnny Lightning, brand new Tarmac Works Global 64s, got an awesome Lamborghini. So some very cool stuff there. But that's not what this video is about. This video is all about Matchbox, and in particular, Matchbox 2021 Release 5, Mix 5, sorry. I had actually already done a video on 2021 Mix 6 because I found most of those cars before I found most of the cars from Mix 5. So that was a little bit of a weird thing. I also found a few of the Mix 5 cars before I ever started this channel. So I have a few of them that are already open, but the rest of them the rest of them that I'm interested in at least, are here. So there's a little pile of Matchbox cars from Mix 5. I do not have all of them. There's the more fantasy ones I'm not particularly interested in, so I did not buy those. But I have most of them. There's only, I think, 3 or 4 that I do not have. But to start off with, let's look at some of the ones that I already opened. We have this little Honda E, little electric car from Japan. This thing's very cool. Unfortunately, it will not be coming to the United States, but if you live in Japan, you can get one of these. I actually think this is a very cool looking car. It just kind of reminds me of an old Volkswagen Golf in some ways, but obviously much more modern. So very cool little new model. Then we have a Porsche 914 in red, and this is a recolor. I mean, this has been put out quite a few times, I'm sure. I know I have at least a couple other versions of it, but it's a fun casting. Not a bad version at all. Painted taillights, painted headlights, or really turn indicators, not really headlights. Headlights are pop-up, but so very cool. Let's see, I guess these are okay. Then there's a Mini Cooper in a metallic gray with a black top. This one you do get headlights, but you do not get tail lights because of the painted black top, which is a little bit unfortunate because this would look quite a bit better with the detail on the back. But it's a pretty cool version of the Mini. I like this one. Then we have the police, I forget what this is called, Ford Police Interceptor, with no livery on it, but you do get front and rear details, which is actually pretty nice, because if they do the the graphics on the side, then you miss out on these on this level of model. So it's kind of cool to have it, even though it's a pretty generic car in this way, but it is nice to get the details there. So very cool. And this mix had 2 police vehicles in it, which was a little bit surprising. So you also get the 2016 Ford Interceptor utility in a police livery, and this is, I can't see what this says. City of San Luis Obispo, is that what that says? Yeah, so I think this is actually, or may be a licensed livery. which is pretty cool. Let's zoom that back out. This is a good version of this casting. I collect this one, and I also collect this one, so I was very happy to see these. You know, if this is a licensed livery, that makes it even better. So no detail on the front, of course, and no, well, you get a little bit of detail on the rear, just on the sides, from the side tampos. But it looks good from the side, so cool. Then we have the Mercedes-Benz 220 SE in a nice blue racing livery. This is a very cool looking version of this car. It looks a lot better than the last version that they put out, which was kind of a silver thing. And the wheel choice is better this time. It was, I don't know, it was a little bit lacking in the last one. The front end could really do with some kind of tampo on it. Like I would have probably rather had that than the white top. It would make this look a little bit better. But I mean, it's not a bad looking one, but it could definitely use a little bit more detail on it. Next up is the 1934 Chevy Master Coupe. This one's pretty cool. I'm surprised how interesting this one has been to me. When I first saw it, I was like, it's not really, I don't really go for these 1930s type vehicles most of the time. But this one actually looks pretty cool. Maybe my opinion of these vehicles is changing. I mean, and that's been one of the best things about collecting is I've gained such an appreciation for so many cars that were, very unfamiliar to me, and just from getting different models of them and looking at them over and over again, even some cars that I really disliked at the beginning, I've really learned to love. And so maybe I'm gaining an appreciation for this era of car because I think this one is actually very cool. I think the front end especially looks nice. So, very cool. Next up we have a fire truck, the MBX Fire Dasher. This is another area or another category of Matchbox that I've been gaining an appreciation of, because I originally did not collect these, but I got so many of them in 5-packs and 9-packs and those kind of things that I've ended up with a small collection, just as a secondary effect of buying these multi-packs for other vehicles that I was interested in. And normally in single packages, I wouldn't have bought a fire truck, but now I've got the informal collection, and I'm actually starting to be a little bit interested in these things. So I actually picked this one up, and I don't know, they're pretty cool for little fire truck. What they are, obviously they're way tiny, so they're completely out of scale, which is one of the reasons why I wasn't going to originally collect them, but they're still cool. And then we have the Renault Kangoo Express. This is not a super exciting casting, I think, and I'm sure it's going to be a bit of a peg warmer, which is unfortunate because there's enough Matchbox castings out there that are clogging up the pegs already. I mean, so we've all seen what is it called, the Speed Trapper, which is everywhere. So many of them sitting out there on pegs. So, I don't know. This one's okay. It's a little not super interesting to me in reality. We got a locksmith livery, security services. Cool. Then we have the white 2019 Volkswagen Beetle Convertible. This is a pretty nice Beetle casting. Some painted detail there in the headlights. Nice VW logo. Turn indicators. Detail. You got a license plate which says Cali VW. So very cool. Not bad. Steering wheel could do with a little more detail, but that's mostly what you get with Matchbox now at this price point and above. In reality, I think even their moving parts versions a lot of times have the same kind of blobby steering wheels, which is unfortunate. Then we have the 2019 Ford Mustang Coupe with a racing livery on it. Love this casting. This is not my favorite version of it. I do like the wheels. The wheels look really good. I think this would definitely look better without the tampos on the side and with the front and rear tampos. Nice basic white with these wheels would have actually looked really nice. But it's not bad. Brembo brakes. Ford GT. Matchbox logo. I do like the way these wheels look on it. And I dropped it. Cool. Next up, Volkswagen GTI. This one looks very cool. Has the wheels on it that I always love. For some reason, seems like just about every casting that they put these wheels on ends up being one of my favorites. And that's probably no exception for this vehicle. My wife refers to these cars as door stops. I was looking at buying one at one point in time, and she absolutely refused to allow me to do that. Not that would have actually stopped me, but you know, they're not bad. I actually think they're pretty cool. The GTI versions are pretty cool, and this looks really good in this nice metallic dark gray with these wheels. I don't know what these wheels are called. So I'm sure somebody can tell me. That would be helpful to know what these are called, because I do like them. And there have been quite a few castings that they put out lately that have been in kind of a black or a very dark gray that have come with these wheels that have looked really good. But again, this is another example of these basic Matchbox models that just really capture the essence of the car really well. So it has, you know, the detail on the back, the detail on the front, then, you know, these nice wheels. And it's just a good basic $1 model. This thing I really love about Matchbox. Next up is the 1969 BMW 2002 in black. It's another favorite casting. Another example of, you know, front detail, rear detail, nothing on the sides, and it looks good. These aren't my favorite wheels, but I mean, for this era of car, I suppose they're not too bad. Got your BMW logo on the hood. Overall, it's really not too bad looking at all. And yeah, very cool. Next up, 1948 Willys Jeepster. And this, I don't know, kind of almost looks like a National Parks livery, but I don't think it really is. It doesn't you know, have any of the other aspects, but the color looks similar. And it's a similar situation again. Front detail, rear detail, nothing wacky on the side. This is a good basic model, and this was one that I was going to pass on because it's not something that I really collect, but I think it actually looks pretty cool. The front end actually looks quite nice. So we get that focus on there. That looks quite good. I mean, for a dollar model, you can't really complain too much about Matchbox. They're just, you know, overall they're doing a pretty good job. Then we have the Toyota Hilux pickup. And again, front detail, rear detail, nice badging, Hilux taillights, Toyota logo on the front. Not bad looking tampos for the headlights at all. It's not really my favorite casting. You know, out of scale pickup trucks are not really my thing, but it, you know, again, for a $1 model, it's not much to complain about with that. So very cool. And then this one is actually, out of all of these, this is my favorite one, I think. This is a 2019 Subaru Forester, which is a completely boring vehicle, but it's, you know, once again, it's another example of Matchbox just doing a, you know, a basic car and doing it well. And I think this one, at least in the package, it looked really cool, and I think out of the package it looks even better. And I of course have a bit of an affinity for you know, these basic kind of boring street vehicle type things, and of course it has the wheels. It seems like everything they put these wheels on I like, and so not bad at all. I believe this is a new casting in this release, but pretty cool. So here we go. 2021 Mix 5, otherwise known, I believe, as the X case, and not really the best set. I think Mix 6 is quite a bit better. So if you're interested in that, you know, I have a video on that as well. Please take a look at that. And otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.